Okay, so for this video I'm going to create some nested containers. I'm going to work really fast, so be sure you're pausing as you go if you need to, and yeah, hopefully this helps. I'm just going to make a basic circular container, but you can apply these concepts to any shape. And so here we go. I'm going to make a circle to start with. So C, and I'm going to make my smallest container first. Now I don't want these to be bigger than, let's say, 5 to 10 centimeters, but 5 centimeters at the most would be good. So my first one, I'm just going to make it 1 centimeter across, so I'll say 5 millimeters is my radius for this. Remember to click and make your circle and then start typing. Type in 5 mm and hit enter, and then you get this. Alright, next step, the instructions say to make sure it has 0.08 millimeter walls. So I'm going to make the bottom, pull it up and type in 0.8. Because I'm working in millimeters, I do not have to type in the mm. That's really helpful. Next, just going to offset here, and that's really what the purpose of this assignment is. So I do offset and type in 0.8, pull that up, and I made this 0.5, going to be 1 centimeter tall. Maybe I'll just make this 5 millimeters tall. So I've got my first container. I just need a lid. So I'm going to make that by just copying that outside ring and pasting it. And just put it down really anywhere, but that'll be fine. I can pull that up by 0.8 to give me that top surface. And to create this bottom surface, I'm just going to make a line across through the middle here to the other side. And SketchUp then knows that I'm looking to create a surface. I can then erase that line, and now I've got my surface left over. I can do the same trick actually with the top surface here. Erase that, and then actually this whole line can be erased as well, and that'll give us a nice clean surface at the top. Here I can just pull this down, and I can go, I don't know, maybe 2 millimeters down. It's going to fill in my whole box, but that's okay. Maybe I'll just go 1 millimeter down the whole container there. Alright, and so that's my first container ready to go. I can triple click it, make it a group, triple click this, make it a group, and now I can choose to get this ready for printing if I wanted to. Get that on the red line and move this edge up until it matches this edge, and now they're ready to be printed. But that's just the first container. Second, so we want it to actually fit around this, and so what I'll do is I'll just grab that ring again. Actually, even easier, because this down here is the same size, I'll double click on the object because it's a group, click on there, copy that out, go outside the group by just clicking away from it, and now my next container is exactly the same size as this one right now. I do want to leave a little bit of space so that it will fit inside nicely, so I'm going to offset, not to into the inside but to the outside, and I'm going to offset that by probably, I don't know, why don't we just work with 0.8 since we'll be doing that everywhere anyways. And then I just need to erase all this inside stuff. And I can choose that edge again and offset again. Actually, I don't need to do that because this is the base, the bottom of my new container. I'm going to have to offset to the outside though for this one. 0.8. If you recall, I made the inside. So let's go back a few steps. This right here is exactly the same size as this. I've offset to a little bit bigger. And then I've gotten rid of that. Now this is a bigger container, and I need to make a wall for it. First we should pull actually. 0.8. No, we shouldn't. Should offset from there outwards. I'm confusing everybody, I'm sure. So this was my inside wall. This is my new outside wall. Now I don't need that. I can pull up. 0.8. I can offset 0.8 inwards. I can push pull up. And now I just need to think about how tall is this other container. I need to make sure my walls, including the lid, will be tall enough that this will fit inside. And so I need to double check my height here. This is 5.8, and this will be added onto it, another 0.8, so 6.6. And I have to think about my lid as well. So what I would do is probably go up maybe 8 millimeters, so 8 is bigger than 6.6. And that leaves me with 1.4 millimeters for the drop of my lid. So I'll show you that here. Paste and take a line like I did before, erase this, push pull this part up 0.8, make a line, erase it and erase my outside edge. And then this part, as I said before, I have a space for a drop of 1.4. I have 8 millimeters going up, and this container with its lid is 6.6. So we're using math crazy, right? And I'm just going to drop this down then. Probably just need, I can go up to 1.4, but maybe 1.2 would be fine, just to give me a little bit of space. And so now you can see that I now have 2 containers. And if I wanted to double check them, I actually can. I'm just going to turn these into components. 1, 2, 3, grouping them. And so this one I'm actually going to move again. See if I can get this on the red line. Yep. Move this edge right here up to, which one is it? That one? Nice. I can take these 2 groups, move them. And if I put them in here on the surface down there, you can see that it fits with actually some space to spare. And the distance from the top of that lid to this edge is 1.4 millimeters. I can see that. And so then my distance from here to here, 1.2. So that's going to fit. So you just continue with this process, making bigger and bigger containers until you get to the place where it's up to 5. Right now I'm at 13 millimeters as my overall width, and I can keep going up until 3 or 4 containers, or if you want to try to build it all the way up to 5 centimeters, that would be 50 millimeters. You could. This is up to you. So that's how you can do the nesting containers assignment.